Oh, yep, it's Jason. One quick second. Sorry. I just need to unmute the mics real quick. One sec.
Right. I guess I smell. Nobody wants to sit next to me. Everybody's moving their thing around.
That's
Sorry.
on record.
Assigned to that seat.
That's okay.
We got,
He just wants to be near the rebels.
Tom's not here.
Does this mean I'm in distress upside down?
We'll send
Are
help.
we open yet or no?
You are live.
Thank you.
We're live? Move to open at 7:02.
Second.
All in
I think,
favor?
Bill was second on that one. By heartbeat. 'Cause it was yeah, he was prepared. Well, you were prepared too.
All in favor of opening the meeting of Conservation, Groveland
Can we do voice?
Conservation
Do we have anybody
Commission
remote?
on
There's
September
nobody remote right
10th,
now.
Good.
Aye.
2025.
Aye.
Aye.
Who are we missing? Tom?
Tom is the only one that's not here, so everybody else is in attendance.
And he's not remote.
No, we don't have
Voice
any,
votes, yay.
we don't have any members remote. All right, so
Roll call, whatever that.
we can jump right in. And
I'll just share with
this is a continuation of the Johnson's Creek Dam Notice of Intent hearing, public hearing. So need a motion, reopen the public hearing.
Move to reopen the public hearing for the Johnson Creek / Salem Street Dam.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So Adrian, is it Adrian?
Yes.
Yeah,
Adrian Young here for the town, representing the proponent. Good to be here. As we left it last month, there were two items left, which was one, we needed to hear from Natural Heritage on the project. They had weighed in before the emergency certification, but we just needed them to reconfirm that nothing had changed. And so they sent that correspondence on August 29th. So that went to Rebecca and the DEP and me. And so that was all set. That came out on the 29th and there was no difference. It still was no take with conditions that the pond lowering has a time of year restriction, which
Oh, it's right here.
was adhered to. The pond is continuing to refill, albeit slowly. There's not replanting, so that's met, and we'll provide them a compliance report as required. So that item is met. The other topic was that the commission had talked about, so the project had removed the flashboards from the dam and put them back to that normal elevation. And the commission had been thinking about maybe requiring additional stop logs to be put in that would raise elevation of the pond, make the pond bigger than it had been prior to these repairs. And that's not recommended from an engineering perspective, but we've been asked to ask Natural Heritage their thoughts. And Natural Heritage did tell me, Miss Deanne, the biological reviewer, said that we would actually have to file a separate MESA checklist for that. So increasing the water level in wetlands would require a separate review from Natural Heritage to get their opinion. It's not a default positive or a default negative, but it would require a permitted authorization. So
Okay.
that's not being sought by the town currently.
so you're saying that we would have to ask Natural Heritage if we want to change the level of any of these ponds. Is that correct?
Yes. If it's priority habitat, you would have to ask Natural Heritage, yes.
Yeah, and that particular site is, so.
Yep.
Mike, what are we doing to maybe siphon some of the water from Johnson's Pond into Meadow Pond to at least get it back in a more timely manner to the levels that were back in?
Yep.
Have we asked the town to do that?
I spoke with Arthur Marcos, the highway superintendent, about this about a few weeks ago, and he's in the process of putting together a plan on when that dam at Washington Street should raise or lower the level in Johnson's Pond. But I also examined the dam there at Washington Street. I don't know if I get any pictures, but unfortunately, the pond is very low. And so it's not really flowing over the stops that are in there. I think that maybe if we took one of the stops out, that at least some water would come out of the pond and help Meadow Pond. So that's what I had asked Arthur to do, but I don't
Because
believe.
it really shouldn't take, given the relative areas of those two bodies of water, it shouldn't take much more than a couple inches of Johnson's Pond to raise it a couple feet in Meadow Pond.
Yeah, no, I know.
Which seems pretty reasonable. A couple inches isn't a big deal, a couple feet is.
No, well, those stops are like 6 inches, so the best we can do is take one out and lower it 6 inches. But as I say, it's not even topping over what's
Yeah, I
there,
was
so.
canoeing there last week, and it was nowhere near
Yeah,
the top of that stop.
right.
So it's probably a little trickling through, but not much. And the rain that we got last week was substantial, but an inch of rain is not gonna raise it 2 feet.
No, right. But I did ask Arthur to take one of those stops out at Washington Street, but it hasn't been taken out yet, so I'll follow up with him.
Sounds good.
Any other questions okay, so, back to Natural Heritage statement. So Natural Heritage says that, to avoid impacts to Blanding's turtles, water level lowering associated with the project shall not occur between September 15th and April 15th. Okay, so that relates to what was said. So I'm wondering, it doesn't seem to say there that we have to get permission to lower the water or raise the water. It just says it shouldn't occur between September 15th and April 15th.
Well, their comments are on review of our project, which says that we're taking the stop logs out and putting them back to the same elevation. So they would consider changing the elevation of the stop logs, a change in the project. So increasing the elevation of the stop logs to impound more water would be a project change in their consideration, which would trigger a new review.
Okay, but once the project is closed out, then what happens then?
Then it would be a new review to change the water surface elevation in the pond, to increase it or decrease it.
Okay,
Either way would trigger a new natural heritage review.
all right. Okay.
Since we have all 7 commissioners here, do we want to just see how many people are in favor of raising Meadow Pond? Because if review's not, if we, if we're not planning on raising it.
Yes, then we don't-
there's no point in, then we don't need to ask for a review. If we are planning on raising it, we ought to have a position on it.
Yes.
What's the timeline on whether, do we have a timeline on what we're going to be doing to repair the dam or conversely remove the dam? Because I don't know, why would we raise the level of the pond if next year we're going to be removing the dam, you know?
Right, I do want to make a comment on raise the level of the water behind the dam. That is not supported from an engineering perspective. So the town, from a risk management perspective and a public safety perspective, does not support raising the water behind the dam and putting more pressure on the dam. That's
Right.
not supported from the engineering perspective. So that would not be supported by the town administration and advanced in that capacity. The timeline for removing or rehabilitating the dam would be a couple of years.
Okay,
Just with the time it takes to design, fund, and permit that scale of work,
okay,
it would be a couple of years.
thank you.
Mike, is the goal to reach some historic water elevation that we've not had in years, or is it to just increase the water surface area for habitat purposes?
I guess I'd like to see it go back to what it was. Was up to the level of where the stops are now, which is almost 2 feet, if not higher than what the level is right now. I mean, it's basically empty right now.
Yeah.
The whole pond is empty. It's turning into a swamp.
But aside from it being dewatered, does the increase of droughts, I mean, has it just been a chronic?
Oh, yeah.
A chronic problem over years? You know?
No, over the last few years, it has been lower, certainly, yes. But I don't think we need to worry about raising it. I would be ecstatic if it went up to where the levels are right now, but
I
could
mean, where
take,
they were before.
yeah, no, where the
At the
stops
stop-
are.
Where the stop is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll have to see how long that's gonna take.
So it sounds, to Stephanie's question, though, from an engineering standpoint, we don't want to go higher because it could be unsafe.
Yeah,
And the town's against it,
Right, and the stop blocks are where they are, and it's just a matter of
getting
rain
water in there.
coming.
I mean, we're in a what, level 2 drought right now? Is that the email?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
You should be
Oh,
getting,
that's right,
you
too.
should be getting notice of that, I hear.
Yeah.
So
yeah, today.
essentially.
There is about an inch of rain coming your way this weekend, so we'll
Well,
keep our
so
fingers
they say.
crossed for that. Another good rain, hopefully.
So they
But
say.
so they say, exactly.
Well, do we want to address the issue of raising it just so we have a position? Should we make a motion to investigate raising Meadow Pond by a foot, just so we can get a vote out there?
Oh, you mean over what it is? set
Over what
to
it is
now?
set, over what the default position is.
I don't think it's worth it who knows when the dam's gonna be replaced.
Well, that's what a vote would help determine how many of us think it would be worth it.
Well, so why don't you make a motion?
No,
I
I'm
would-
sorry, I mean, I don't think it's worth it to vote on it, or to make a decision, because. if
Well,
we're-
because then it's sort of hanging over, because there's this idea of raising the level.
But unless I'm misunderstanding something, the town won't do it because they don't wanna risk the road.
The town would be opposed to it, doesn't mean they won't do it. I think if we take a vote and determine how we feel about this, then we have a position. So I'd like to make a motion that we look into raising the level of Meadow Pond by a foot?
Oh.
How much, 6 inches, Mike? What's
6 inches.
6 inches?
The question is, the way it is now, how bad is it for the turtles?
Well, supposedly it isn't, supposedly, according to Natural Heritage, there's no problem. which I disagree with, but.
Well, we should get, we should work on getting water in there to raise it
Should be
to,
something at least.
the previous
basic
levels.
Anyway, to maintain substrate.
Right. Well, yes, I mean, we're addressing that, Terry, the best we can.
right, but that's not my motion. My motion is raising another 6 inches.
Above
Where
the
it is
current
now.
stop.
No, from where the stops are, not where it is now.
Yeah,
Right now, we all are hoping the rain will come and that maybe we'll get some water from Johnson's Pond to raise it to the current stops. The question is, do we want to raise it another 6 inches?
well, is your motion to investigate it or to try to do it? What is your motion?
Ooh, good question. I did say investigate.
Okay,
I mean, but engineering is against,
Forget about, okay, strike that. My motion is to put another stop on with the idea of raising Meadow Pond by an additional 6 inches above the previous level. That's my motion.
previous level
Where the current stops are,
before they,
before it was
Drained
drained.
it.
And before the drought came. I think, my feeling is that it would have gotten lower even just naturally. A little bit, maybe not, probably not as much.
okay. So is there a second to that motion?
If there's no second, that's almost like a vote.
I want to understand, why do you want to go higher?
He doesn't necessarily want.
I just want to
doesn't, Mike
determine
does.
how
Okay.
the commission feels about having a higher level of Meadow Pond. That's the sole reason behind
Okay. So
my
the-
motion.
So then the question we will vote on will be, will we raise it or not?
Will we lobby to raise it 6 inches?
So I will
Attempt
second your.
Thank you.
I don't know how you could vote on such a thing without the basis. It seems pretty arbitrary, a 6-inch elevation raise. Sure, it could be more water habitat, more aquatic habitat, but what, do we need that? Did it,
That's
or
what-
have we
that's what
lost something that
I'm trying to
it?
find out, how we
Right.
feel about whether we want a higher level, which is going to be more resistant to drought.
Droughts, yeah.
It's going to provide a little more habitat. It's going to wipe out a little more of the grasses and stuff that are growing on the edges. I mean, there's pros and cons to this. And you're going to find out which way I feel about it really soon if we vote. And Bill has seconded it, so it sounds like we're headed that way.
Yes, but remember that just because we say we want it,
I remember that.
that, no, I'm just saying in general, that we would have to convince others that that was the best thing to do, or get some heavy-duty advice that it was inadvisable, even if we wanted to do it.
Life is full of negotiations, Mike.
So on the
Yeah.
surface, it's just a question you would like.
Yeah, no, I know.
I would like
that,
to
So that.
get
that's
a
also-
gauge
I say
the
no already.
commission's opinion on this
I want to
situation.
get water in there to take care of what's
Yes,
going on.
I
but
know, right? All right,
Not to blow the dam out and take out a couple houses.
all right.
what, Fred? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
No, he wants to get the level up to where it should be.
I don't want to go past what the engineers are already leery of.
Well, let's do the vote, Mike.
All right, so all in favor of raising.
Lobbying to raise,
Lobbying to raise the level of Meadow Pond by 6 inches, say aye. Aye. And opposed?
nay.
Aye, no, whatever.
Nay, whatever you
Tell us what to say.
All right, so that fails 6-1.
Gosh, I hate it when that happens.
All right, so back to the business at hand on this notice of intent. Are there any other questions from commissioners regarding the notice of intent?
I have like another random question that maybe you can answer. When Natural Heritage addresses use of native species and says unless otherwise approved in writing by the division, any listed species? Wait, where did?
Yes, we are not allowed to propose to use protected species,
How
as
come?
we're not allowed to plant protected species.
Why not?
Um,
That's really odd.
right. It sort of goes counter. You would think, right? Like we should plant them. We want more of them. I'm not exactly sure why. I think they have some concerns of bringing in not pure genetic stock of
Oh.
these species from out of state, of us like trying to do the right thing, but them not being quite right and then hybridizing.
Okay.
And or taking the effort to plant them and then them being in these very public places and being just collected
Okay, thank you.
by the public. So that's my understanding. Yeah.
Thank you. Otherwise, no, sorry.
I have a related question. From what's been
Sure.
learned over the course of this project, like have there been any changes or consideration of the O&M for these stops going forward? Or, would anything be done differently in the future?
So the stop logs that are in there are new, which is good. They're new. They are holding water. So I actually do have a photo taken this week. So I can share my screen briefly. And
And that was after.
I don't know if any of you have been out there. This is the pond this week. So there is a lot more water than last week. Last month, it was just a little trickle. So the stop logs are in there. They are holding back water. I agree with you. This is the top of the stop log right here. I wish water were flowing over it, but they are doing their job. So that is good. The dam is inspected every 6 months by professional engineers. So they go out and look at it following the Office of Dam Safety checklist and do a report. So looking at the stop logs, looking at the inlet grate, that's all part of it. And the town is organized around following the O&M for cutting back the vegetation. As you likely recall, that's one of the first things that happened here is the vegetation was cut and stockpiled right along the edge of the road, and it looked pretty dramatic, but that vegetation is now cut and maintained regularly because there's not supposed to be vegetation growing on the dam embankment. So the highway department and the town is pretty organized around following those regular maintenance items. And then every 6 months, there's a professional review to kind of keep track of those housekeeping items, do a thorough check of the dam against dam safety protocols while that long-term solution is developed.
So you're saying the town has an O&M on that dam, written operation and maintenance document about that dam?
They follow the recommendations that were shared from the Phase 1 Dam Safety Evaluation Report. So it's not a written O&M plan, it's the recommendations that say check the inlet and remove the garbage from the inlet, make sure this is flowing, check the vegetation, cut that. So they follow those.
So I believe that in my discussion with the highway superintendent that he's working on putting an O&M document together for that dam and also for the one at Washington Street from Johnson's Pond in place. Because unfortunately, there's been very little coordination about keeping the water levels, whatever they are, keeping them at a desired level. And so hopefully we can get those in place.
That makes sense to me that they are working on a formal operation and maintenance plan. I'm personally not privy to that plan.
Sure. Okay, anything else? I think we can take a motion to close the hearing and issue our decision.
Everybody jump at once.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing on the Johnson Creek Dam at Salem Street. Notice of intent, and issue our orders of condition for the project, including the requirements listed in the Natural Heritage letter of August 29th.
Second.
Thank you. I don't think there's anything in particular, this is almost basically boilerplate. I don't think there's too many specific orders that need to be put in there besides the natural heritage stuff. Unless anyone thinks of one. No? Okay. All right. No other questions? Everyone understands the motion? All in favor of closing the hearing and issuing our orders, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay, unanimous.
Adrian, thank you so much for all your work.
You're welcome. Thank you all for your time and your review, and I'm sure I will see you again.
Yeah, no doubt.
Take care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, moving along. First thing is, actually, the numbering is off here, but it says number 3, VZ Park update. So here's some things that are going on at VZ Park soon. So tonight at 7:30, there's just about starting in 3 minutes, Dark Skies presentation going on at the park. The Fairy House Festival, which is normally in September, has been postponed, and you have to follow it on the website or Facebook about when the actual date is going to be. And the forest restoration project is closing down this fall after a successful second year. So that's good. And, yes, let's see. I can't even read my own notes here. Oh, okay, yes. So sheep and goats from Goats to Go have been on site and will return shortly to clean up the meadows. They're about halfway done, I believe, through that. And we had a successful summer of the Treetop Summer Camp being on site. And I'm working with Vanessa on the marketing plan that was presented at our last meeting for wedding rentals. And I'll have more information about that at our next meeting. Any questions about VZ Park? No? Okay. Trail stewardship and trail enhancement. So on trail stewardship, I think I mentioned to Bill that we're going to try to get together with Jim Lafferty and see what we can do about the broken bridges on Meadow Pond Reservation. And we might be able to have him start working on the first crossing, and we have to take care of something with the second bridge that's fallen apart. So probably go out there and take a look at it again.
Can I ask a question about the broken bridges that you guys talked about the other day too? If you think somebody physically broke it, should we have trail cams or something out there to monitor the bridges or something? Of course, then that would require maintenance, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know. What was your opinion on that second bridge, Bill?
So I think it, was, I don't know if it was deliberate. I'm thinking that there were people bouncing on it.
And
And when I was checking underneath, the telephone poles, which I don't think were treated, there was a lot of dry rot. So I'm, total conjecture.
It's all natural.
It probably was bouncing up and down, and being a lot of fun, and then it cracked.
So deliberate, but not necessarily malicious.
Correct.
yeah, it wasn't their intent. So it didn't score as vandalism, let's say.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't imagine that was an intent as a,
It's had the bouncy house sensation for years.
yes,
Has it? Okay,
I've gone over it frequently.
yeah.
okay. Yep, I mean, Matt said the
And like
same
I said,
thing.
when I, just put my hand underneath, that was just pieces coming off of the poles,
Okay,
so.
In the first bridge, there were nothing to do with anybody doing anything. It's just the boards have
Falling
rotted
apart.
away over
Okay.
time because they're getting old.
They can't
Okay.
treat the wood anyway because of the location.
Right,
Can't clear stuff, those SOBs and stuff from
Right.
underground. So they gotta rot,
Yeah.
The
natural.
trail enhancement project, so this is the community preservation grant that we got in, together with the Recreation Committee. So we're doing another visit to Town Forest and Center Street Greenway on Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Anyone who wants to come, will meet at 8 o'clock at 150 Center Street there at the gate, and take a tour. I know John's dying to come out there with us. And after that, we'll visit Town Forest. And speaking of Town Forest, I am in the process of working to get a couple of estimates on the building, the build and design phase for the Crosstown Trail, which goes from Main Street all the way up to Crane Pond. So we did get some design estimates, but they were kind of too expensive. So I did find another company that's going to meet out there and look at what we can do. So that's good. And then I did speak with somebody at Essex County Greenbelt, who's on a sabbatical right now, but returning in October. And when she gets back, it's going to be her top priority to work on our closing out our conservation restriction on Town Forest. So that's good.
closing out our conservation restriction?
Well, it's been in the process for like 3
Oh,
years.
I see what you're saying, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
8 AM, 150 Center Street.
Yeah, that's it, that's on Tuesday, yeah. And so that's all I have to say on those 3 things. Next, I'm going to turn it over to John, and he can tell us all about his exciting activities over the past month.
Thanks, Mike. So the only update I have concerns the open space recreational plan. While not under like the direct purview of the Conservation Commission, it does include some goals associated with the commission. And a few weeks ago, the Massachusetts Division of Conservation Services informed the department that we could extend our action plan from 7 years to 10 years. And so I worked to just extend the timeline of each of those the goals and the action items under each of those goals. It's done, and the planning board is going to review it next Tuesday. I don't know if that's something that you guys would also like to review during the next meeting, but I can put it on the agenda. So,
Yes.
okay. And that's all I had.
Oh,
Cool, thank you.
tell us about your recent site visits.
Oh, yes. So I went to 22 Center Street yesterday with Mike, and I believe this concerns the septic tank. It's well outside of the jurisdictional boundary. You know, they're going to cut down some trees, but that's about it. And they had the erosion controls around the site, so that was fine. Other than that, I believe it was 7, I want to say Pinocchio, but it's
No.
Pinot Drive, and they had cut down some trees. I believe it was within the 75-foot boundary, but they replanted 3 new ones. It looked fine.
Native species?
I hope so.
Yes, because that's my number one goal.
Yeah, it looked like they were maple trees, so I don't.
Native maples and not Norway maples?
I don't.
No,
I'm
they weren't Norway, maybe.
Okay.
okay. And then there was 9. What was the street?
Katy.
9 Katy Lane, and I just checked in, and they cut down the trees that they had requested to. So, yeah, everything looked fine.
So on 9 Katy Lane, you might want to go by there, but not yet. They're not done yet.
Okay, well, let me know.
Yeah.
It's just down the street or up the street or away.
The enforcer?
Okay, let's see, where are we? Okay, anything else? I do have one thing, and that is, we're coming up upon the seasonal restriction at November 1st. So I think what we need John to do is to come up with a list of open projects. So
Let's go one step beyond that.
Yeah.
Have them come up with a list of open projects and just make a quick initial inquiry to see how they're going.
Yes. Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea because we
Great
only
idea.
have 6 weeks left. or
We have
so.
7 weeks. and 2
7
days,
weeks.
But 7 weeks and 2
But
days
it's
goes by
counting.
very quickly,
Yes.
and there might be some panicky people at some point, and we'll want them in here. We only have 1 meeting between now and the seasonal restriction, so if we want to bring them in here and tell them what they got to do, now's the better time.
Yes.
No-
That's a
No
very good
surprises
point,
for
yeah.
anybody.
If they're not done by the 7th of October, they should be here on the 8th and telling us when they will be done.
I like that idea, or at least send a letter,
Something, yeah.
something, yeah.
Did, speaking of that, every time I go past the, what's this thing there, next to the post office, did they do any of that
I haven't
work?
seen anything. I go
Because
there,
it looks exactly the
I
same.
walk
every
by
time.
there 5 times.
Oh, they
a
haven't
week.
done, they haven't even had a pre-construction meeting there.
That's annoying.
Well, they better get going.
Yeah. So I have, John, I have a list of what was from last year, so then you would only have to look up what we approved this year. And there's not a heck of a lot of stuff out there. I'd say there's less than 10 open projects right now.
Overall, or just from this year?
No, just overall. Yeah, not from this year. Anything else that wasn't reasonably anticipated?
Ooh.
No, just observation.
Yeah.
Next to the mini mall there on Summer Street, School Street. I guess they went through and got rid of the buildings and cleared it out there.
Yep.
So, I don't know if there was
Oh, yeah, it
anything we
looks
needed.
pretty,
Looks pretty flat.
well, there are piles of stuff.
Piles of stuff, but yeah, do we,
But it doesn't look like a building anymore.
I don't know if we needed to swing by or anything like that.
Yeah, we had a you and I were at that pre-construction meeting, yeah. We had a pre-construction meeting with them about a month ago or so, and they were compliant with everything that they were supposed to provide on the plans and a few other things that we had requested, so they're in compliance so far, but
So
you know, I told John occasionally on some of these things to kind of ride by and just take a look at them while they're active, so.
Well, and that's a pretty big project, so the
Yeah.
chances of it being completed
Oh, yeah.
are,
Do you remember, John, what they said about the seasonal seasonal restriction? Did they think that they were gonna do, I can't remember what they
I
said.
mean, not the whole project isn't in our jurisdiction, but significant portions are.
Yeah,
So they could conceivably
stay
take
out.
care of this stuff in the jurisdictional area or cease working there, and then keep working on other areas outside of our jurisdiction. So it's just important to know. Everybody should know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right. Anything else? Our next meeting is October 8th, 2025 at 7 PM. And I will take a
Move to
motion.
adjourn at 7:43.
Second.
Aye.
All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Any opposed?
No. Any abstain?
Yeah, what about an
Oh,
abstain?
this one's
Just
yours. Can I have yours?
Isn't this what we got?
feel one way or the other.
Okay, you can stop recording.